Hello, everybody. Alex Weaver joining you from my living room in Charlotte, North Carolina. A pretty cool story coming out of the Research and Development Center for NASCAR in Concord, North Carolina. Let's head straight there to see what the guys out in the shop are doing. I'm going to check in with Eric Jacuzzi, who's going to join us. He's the Senior Director of Aerodynamics and Vehicle Performance. Eric, tell me what you guys are doing to actually help with the front lines in the medical field and provide some help for doctors and medical staff.
Thanks. So we're actually printing these face shields for the hospitals in the local area. Basically, right now we're connected with North Carolina and Georgia hospitals, and we're delivering a couple hundred actually down to Charlotte later this afternoon.
Yeah, you say a couple. It's not actually just a little bit. You guys are doing 650 masks for Novant. 40 are going to pediatric hospitals in Georgia. I know 10 are going to a pediatric center in Mooresville. So what made you guys realize, first of all, that you were able to print this and deliver it to folks to help out?
So actually, we just got one of our largest machines installed a couple weeks before all this kind of started happening. And one weekend, a couple of us came home, basically watched the news all weekend, and we all had the same idea of we should see what we can do. So we signed up for some different online groups and contacted the suppliers of these machines, and they were able to help us out with some designs that people had thought up. And basically we were able to get connected with Novant Health first and show them a couple of prototypes. And then we went from there. They requested 200. And that's the current order we're working on initially. So, yeah.
What components go into this mask? Like, what actually are you guys printing at the R&D Center for these masks?
So basically there's three separate parts. There's a printed part on the top. That's kind of the headband section. We have two different styles of that. There's a clear plastic shield that we cut out and put holes in. And then there's this bottom part that kind of holds the shape of the mask when you have it on.
So we've seen what goes into the mask. So Eric, can you actually show us around the room, the machines and the actual behind the scenes of what goes into making these masks?
So walk you around the machines here. So this is a pile of masks that we have finished up, ready to go. And then I'll take you into the room here. Hopefully you can see this. So this is the larger machine. This prints 3 face shields about every 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we do multiple shifts to kind of keep it running. And then we have 4 additional machines making different parts. This one's also making kind of the main body of the shield. And then this smaller machine here is making the lower part that kind of holds the shape. And then these two are doing the black shield there, you can see.
That is incredible. Eric, how long does it take to make one full mask?
So it takes about 2 hours and 20 minutes on the larger one, as I mentioned. And some of the smaller machines are maybe like 4 hours to 7 hours. Some of them are making 2 at a time. Some are making 3 at a time. And then with the group of volunteers we have here, cutting out the actual masks and everything out of the clear plastic goes pretty quickly. So we assembled about 130, I think, this morning in about 2 hours. So as long as we've got the supplies and everything's printed out, we're ready to go.
So Eric, for those that aren't familiar with the R&D Center, what were the machines that are using to now make the face mask? What would those have been used for NASCAR sport?
So we do a lot of 3D printing, basically to make prototype parts for test fitting, running in the wind tunnel. You can use them for almost anything. So the in-car high-speed cameras that we introduced last year with John Paddock's safety group, they actually have a 3D printed cover that goes over the top of them. So we use them for almost everything. They run almost nonstop.
Eric, I want to thank you guys for all that you were doing there and really helping with the people in Charlotte and in Georgia and North Carolina and across the Carolinas for all of this. We really appreciate it. It's amazing what great things can come from just some simple ideas and people being quarantined.
Thank you.
For more on what the NASCAR community is doing to help during the coronavirus pandemic, log on to NASCAR.com.